Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, we're going to talk about how LeBron James load managing continues. This man continues to load manage. It doesn't matter if it's year 15, year 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I keep telling you guys, they're trying to make it seem as if LeBron James is just load managing because he's old now. He's only missing games because he's old. Oh, LeBron James, he's 40 years old. You know, what do you want from him? This dude's been load managing. We've gone through this, right? We called up the people and checked on the resume. 45 games on an all-NBA season. That was years ago, guys. He played 45 games in a season. 50 games years ago. He wasn't 40 then. They've been covering for LeBron James for years now. I tell you, 182-game season in your entire career. He hasn't been 40 his entire career. And LeBron James load match last night in the first half of a back-to-back because that's what LeBron James does. Michael Jordan at 40 years old on the Wizards played more back-to-backs than LeBron James has. All right? Every back-to-back he played in that season. That didn't miss a single game, guys. Remember last year, LeBron James said, I'm going to try to play all 82 as a plan. But anyway, LeBron James load match. But I want to do the video and talk about why he load match, why he was out. The reason why he was out. It wasn't sciatica. We're going to talk about the reason they gave for LeBron James being out last night, man. My goodness, man. It doesn't add up, guys. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states that's been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, you know I am truly humbled, man. It means a lot. Like I said, man, shout out to the membership, man. All you guys that continue to come through the live streams, support the channel with the comments, the messages, emails, everything, guys. Thank you, man. Truly humbling, man. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I told you guys I was going to do a separate video on LeBron James and the load managing. Right? Load manage James. This is what he is, man. This is what he does. We know this, even though they try to make excuses and cover it up and be like, oh, LeBron James is longevity. LeBron James is so tough and durable. LeBron James this, LeBron James that. Your favorite player wasn't this good when he was 40. No one played 23 years. LeBron James is, setting a new standard here. The first player to play in his 23rd season. Meanwhile, this man has been lollygagging on the court for years now. The only reason why LeBron James is still even playing right now is because he's been load managing for the past 10 years. 10 years or longer. He's been load managing, guys. I mean, the man's been in LA for, 8 seasons now? And he load managed before he got to LA. So we're talking about at least 10 years now that LeBron James has been taking a backseat on defense, right? He hasn't made a defensive team since he was 29 years old, guys. 29. Guys, that's a long time ago, man. All right? So when you're lollygagging like that, you're picking and choosing your spots on the court, right? You just load manage, you're missing games, right? You duck the smoke here, you duck the smoke there. Yes, then LeBron James can keep playing. That's not true longevity. That's not true durability. When you've missed over 200 games in your career, he's missed over 200 games just in LA alone. But LeBron James is so durable and got this crazy longevity. No, it's lies, guys. All lies. So, I was looking at an article yesterday, right? Because I found out LeBron James is going to be out in the game. And initially, it was about the back-to-backs, right? Oh, LeBron James, he's 40. So we're going to keep him out of these back-to-backs as often as we can. And I remember hearing this clown, Rich Paul, talk before the season about LeBron James and that being the plan for the Lakers and LeBron James. Trying to put him in these back-to-back scenarios often, if they don't have to, right? Try to just pick and choose, these kinds of things, right? Because LeBron James is old now. He's in his 23rd season. All right, Rich Paul, no one's ever done this. No one's played this long before. So we have to be careful with LeBron James, and we have to understand that and realize that this man is doing things that no one's done before. So we can't just let him play, every game and all these back-to-back, more excuses and stuff. LeBron James was never going to play all the games. He was never going to play all the back-to-backs, even if he was 100% healthy, even if he was 35. He still would. He hasn't done it. That's what I'm saying. It's not because he's 39 or 40. He hasn't been doing this for years, guys. Since he was 32, 33. He hasn't been playing both sides of the ball that consistently at that level for an entire season. He hasn't done it. That's why you haven't slipped an all-NBA team since you were 29 years old. So the effort that LeBron James gives in the court is not the same as some of the other great players that played maybe 15 years, maybe 13 seasons, right? And then their bodies broke down and they weren't able to continue that because you're giving all this effort on both sides of the ball, right? It's wear and tear in the physical NBA. LeBron James doesn't have to worry about getting physically beat down in this ever NBA. The wear and tear comes from these guys throwing themselves on the court, not from the actual physicality of the game. I mean, how many times you seen LeBron James barely get hit and he throws himself on the court? That's it helping you out at 40 years old by throwing yourself down like that, you fool? And then they'll turn around the next game and say, oh, LeBron James out because he has some soreness going on. Yeah, because he kept throwing himself on the court. That's why you're sore, you fool. Weird stuff out here. So if you guys didn't know, they said LeBron James was out, right? And like I said, I thought it was because, back-to-backs. Oh, they're going to keep LeBron James out of these back-to-backs. They're going to play this game. Michael Jordan would never do that. But okay, they want to do it for LeBron James because he's in his 23rd season, right? They'll make excuses, no doubt. But then when I read this article as to why LeBron James was out against the Pelicans last night, it wasn't just about the back-to-backs. What do they bring up? They're still bringing this up, guys. Once again, LeBron James. They said LeBron James out with left foot injury management. Left foot injury management, guys. Listen, my goodness, man. If I was able to walk off the camera right now, I'd walk off right now, you guys, for a couple of seconds, and I come back. You know what I said? Left foot injury management. Management. How many times have you guys seen that term management show up on an injury report these days over the last, 5 years or so? Everything is injury management. We have to manage the injury. There is no injury, though. There's no injury. Name me the foot injury LeBron James dealing with. Name the foot injury. Michael Jordan broke his foot, right? And I can't remember the name of, like, a Liz Frank foot. Like, the where his foot was broken, it was a career-threatening injury, guys. Not a season-ending injury, potentially. A career-threatening injury it was. And that's why they didn't want Michael Jordan to rush back from it, because of the potential to end his career. Never being able to recover because of the spot that the bone was broken, where the fracture was. So, did Michael Jordan and all these people turn around and say, listen, man, Michael Jordan's got the foot injury management. We got to deal with this for the rest of his career, because it was that kind of injury. You never heard about the foot again. Michael Jordan forced them to play him. He was like, yo, I'm not sitting out. Remember the owner talked about the example that he gave Michael Jordan about the pills? And he was like, listen, I told him. He's like, if you had a bottle of pills, and I told you that one of these pills, like, you had a really bad headache, one of these pills would cure the headache, right? And one of these pills could kill you, right? And I gave you the bottle of pills. And he said, would you take the pill? And Michael Jordan's response was, well, how bad's the headache? You know what I'm saying? And that's Michael Jordan's mentality, man. I'm trying to go out there and play. You're trying to give me some weird scenario here and want me to choose between life and death, or basketball and death almost, in a scenario like that. And Michael Jordan, I choose to compete. All right? These guys out here don't have the same mindset, guys. All right? So Michael Jordan wasn't worried about no foot injury management. You never heard about it ever again. He forced him onto the court, and the rest is history. We got the 63-point performance because of Michael Jordan's competitiveness, right? And not him being a sissy and being a load manager. Now, when I see left foot injury management, immediately it's load managing. LeBron James not having anything going on with his foot. I told you, you name me the injury. You guys put left foot injury. What's the foot injury that he's dealing with? Also, wasn't LeBron James that told us, like, you're still dealing with the foot injury from, like, what, 3 seasons ago, 4 seasons ago? But you told us that you saw the LeBron James of feet. The LeBron James of feet. You said that. No one asked you that. No one said that to you. You brought that up. You made that analogy, right? You made that correlation. Oh, yeah, the LeBron James of feet, this guy. LeBron James of feet. So you saw LeBron James of feet. But not only did you see LeBron James of feet, on top of that, the LeBron James of feet told you that you had the greatest healing ability that he's ever seen. That's what LeBron James said, that he's like the Wolverine. Wolverine. How many times have we brought this up, guys? How many times have I used and said Wolverine in this channel? I mean, my God, you would have thought this channel was about X-Men. The way that I talk about Wolverine on this channel, and how many times LeBron James refers to himself as Wolverine. I don't know who his favorite comic book character is. I told you guys, Wolverine is my favorite comic book character of all time. And I told you guys, I always gravitated toward guys like Wolverine because of the attitude that he had. He was a rude dude, right? And I loved it about Wolverine, right? He didn't take no crap, right? He was no soft sissy, right? He didn't make no excuses. He was a legit rude, bad dude, man. Wolverine, like I said, he had an attitude problem, and I like that about him. One of my favorite character, all right, of all the Marvel comics. I have a lot of favorite characters, a lot of guys I like in Marvel, but Wolverine's that dude for me, all right? So I take kind of offense to when LeBron James calls himself and compares himself to a Wolverine. We know Wolverine's a fictional character. But when you understand what made Wolverine unique, his healing ability, damn, man, LeBron James ain't that dude. He's not like that. It's like I told you guys, the cyborg analogy for Kawhi Leonard. He's not a cyborg. You're nothing close to the cyborg. But here they go promoting Kawhi Leonard as a cyborg. They're promoting LeBron James, right? As this guy that's so tough and durable, but you're not that guy. You're not that kind of dude. Nowhere close to it is LeBron James on that kind of level, man. We've seen this stuff. Like I said, now you're down with the foot injury, but you're going to try to call him, so you're going to call yourself Wolverine. So, if LeBron James was Wolverine and so the LeBron James defeat, how the hell are you still dealing with left foot injury management 3 seasons later? 3 years later, now you're still dealing with left foot injury management? It's some weird stuff out here, man. More excuse from LeBron James, but you're going to promote his durability, his toughness, his longevity. Sitting out the front of a back-to-back against the Pelicans. I think they play the Suns tonight. So this LeBron James. Like I said, meanwhile, Michael Jordan at 40 years old, after the years of playing in a more physical era, at 40 years old, playing in a more physical era of NBA in 2003, he was still able to play all 82 games. And I don't want to hear LeBron James fans talk about, well, Michael Jordan retired twice, and he was not doing this, and he was sitting out here, and he came back after... Michael Jordan was sitting at home for 3 seasons before he came back on the Wizards. That's not easier than playing it continuously. Like, I don't understand with these guys. That's how I know you never played sports. Because you guys never played and then stopped playing and then tried to play again. You guys never played in the first place. But if you're playing at a high level, you're playing, then all of a sudden you're retired, and then you don't do anything for 3 seasons consecutively, then you try to come back and be a pro again. You think that's easier than keep on playing? No, it's not. Michael Jordan was not in shape like that and came back and had to deal with a bad knee and a bunch of other injuries he was dealing with for years before that. No one made excuse for Michael Jordan. No, did they? No. He didn't make excuse for himself. He wouldn't allow that. So, you hear stories from guys like Etan Thomas. You hear stories from guys like Kwame Brown, the Christian Laettners, the Rip Hamiltons, right? The guys, Charles Oakley, the guys who played with Michael Jordan on the Wizards, Tyronn Lue, and listen to what they had to say about Michael Jordan at that time. He ain't take no shortcuts. He ain't take no days off, no rest, none, no practices off, none of this stuff. At 40. Meanwhile, LeBron James ain't practicing years. Now, during this season, LeBron James has been playing. We played 4 games so far this year, I think, or something like that. LeBron James is shooting 50% from the free throw line. 50% from the free throw line. So, more the same from LeBron James. No development of the game. Instead, I can tell you, it actually looks like the game has declined from LeBron James. The man's 4 for 8, I believe. No, 8 for 16 at the free throw line this season. 8 for 16 at the free throw line. Not a bunch of attempts. Right? It's early in the season. He can get that number up. But damn, dude, you're shooting 50% from the free throw line at the beginning of the season. 8 for 16. Weird stuff from LeBron James, man. He's 6 for 18 from the three-point line so far this season. I think he's shooting like 32% from the three-point line. But he's chucked up more threes than free throws so far this season. This LeBron James game, either I'm getting layups under the rim or I'm chucking up threes with no one guarding me. This LeBron James. On the season, LeBron James has 3 offensive rebounds. 3 offensive rebounds on the season for LeBron James, man, in 4 games. This LeBron James don't rebound. He ain't doing anything out there but trying to collect some assists now, right? He's trying to focus and change his stat chasing, right? I'm going to focus on assists now. This is what LeBron James does. So, like we've said, LeBron James load managed last night with left foot injury management. Left foot, once again, what's the injury? Name the injury. What's wrong with his foot? Remember, he was supposed to get surgery, never got the surgery. But then you're going to sit here all these years later now, 3 years later now, we're still dealing with this injury. You never got the surgery, though. Remember, they said in the offseason he's going to have to get surgery because remember Kendrick Perkins that year after the playoffs that they got eliminated? I want to say that was the year that they got beat in the first round. Was the first? I can't remember what year it was that they lost to Denver Nuggets. It might have been the year they lost in the first round. I can't remember what year it was. Or it could have been the year. I'm trying to think, man, what year that was. I can't remember what year that was. But if you remember, with these guys, Kendrick Perkins, remember, after that series, Kendrick Perkins used that excuse. He said, man, LeBron James playing on a bad foot. He's playing on a bad foot. What do you want from him? That's what Kendrick Perkins said. He made the excuse for LeBron James playing on a bad foot. That's why they lost. Right? It was a big deal. Oh, LeBron James dealing with the foot injury. He's playing through the foot injury. He's a warrior. Remember, they were giving LeBron James all this credit for playing through the foot injury and being a tough warrior and battling through it. But remember, he saw the LeBron James defeat. He called him Wolverine. And LeBron James said he's going to have to get surgery in the offseason for the foot. Never got the surgery. But you're still using this as a freaking excuse now, years later? Goodness gracious, guys. I want you to, Left foot injury management. Freaking joke, man. I tell you right now, I got zero respect for LeBron James. Zero respect for his fan base, man. This is why I tell you, these guys are soft, feminine fools, man. Soft, feminine fools. They actually support this clown LeBron James. They actually talk about how tough he is. Oh, LeBron James could play in any era. He could play in the 80s and the 90s, definitely. Look at the size of him. The dude's out with left foot injury management. There was no one out with left foot injury management back in the day. Like I said, they're just making up stuff now. Guys are out with soreness now. Guys are out with mental fatigue. Guys are out because of their kid's birthday party. I mean, guys are out because it's Saturday. They're just off. Guys are just like, hey, man, I'm not playing today, man. I played back-to-back. Like, that's a reason not to miss a game. Yo, listen, we played 3 games in 4 nights. And you got clowns like Steve Kerr out here congratulating and celebrating this stuff. Like, yeah, man, these guys are getting a lot of wear and tear in their body. They're doing so much out there on the basketball court. They're doing the same freaking thing the guys were doing back in the day. And like I said, they have more advantages to do it. They've spread the schedule out and made it easier for these clowns. LeBron James himself said that I healed like Wolverine. Then how are you still dealing with a left foot injury management? This foot should have been healed 10 times over already. Your foot should be stronger than it was before. When you hurt something in the human body, you break a bone or something like that, oftentimes when things heal back, they're allowed to recover, they heal back stronger. That's not LeBron James, I guess. His foot never healed, but he said that he had to get surgery, but you didn't get the surgery. So that is, I'm assuming that if you didn't get the surgery, you didn't need the surgery. There was nothing to get surgery on, but you never got the surgery. So all off season long, we saw LeBron James in China chugging up all these shots, missing all these shots. We saw LeBron James on these live streams. We saw LeBron James on these podcasts. We saw LeBron James with Kai Cenat. We saw LeBron James jumping around on Kai Cenat's live stream, being all goofy with these stupid dances. We've seen all this stuff with LeBron James, doing all this stuff. But LeBron James now is out with left foot injury management. No one mentioned this man's foot all off season. No one even mentioned it before the season. They were talking about sciatica. Right, it was sciatica. Oh, LeBron James dealing with sciatica. Right, LeBron James dealing with the worst case of sciatica in the history of mankind. No one in the world's dealt with the sciatica like LeBron James has. That's why he said, listen, man, this ain't no joke. I pray that no one gets what I got. No one gets sciatica. If you never had it, man, I pray you never get it. LeBron James has millions of people deal with sciatica every day. Millions, guys, not hundreds or thousands. Millions of people deal with sciatica every single day. It's a common occurrence in the world. I told you, this is not HIV. This is not cancer. This is not ALS. This is not Lou Gehrig syndrome. I mean, this is not Alzheimer's disease. I mean, my goodness, man. Stop it. It's sciatica, dude. And no one mentioned a damn thing. No, did you guys hear anything about a foot the first 4 games that he played in the offseason? Before the season started, I didn't hear one person mention a freaking foot. Not one person mention a foot. Now you're out with the left foot injury. So we're still managing the left foot injury. Why not get the surgery years ago, so then you don't have to worry about this left foot injury management? And then you read the article, and they're JJ Redick, the other guys in the article, like, he's like, yeah, he's been doing that for a couple of years. He's been dealing with this. This is a current thing. It's just, he's gonna always deal with this. But if he heals like Wolverine, I'm gonna go back to this Wolverine thing because remember, LeBron James uses that comparison as a badge of honor. Did you ever hear Michael Jordan call himself Wolverine? I never heard this kind of stuff before. Or Larry Bird. I never heard these guys compare themselves to a fictional character or a comic book character that's known, for his healing ability. Did anyone say like, yeah, I'm like Deadpool? I can recover from this stuff. I can just, I don't remember hearing people say this, but LeBron James wants to keep talking about himself in that manner. You want to keep referring you to yourself as a Wolverine type person, right? As this tough guy. They celebrate him that way. Every chance LeBron James has to show us that he's tough, he never does. He fails to show us the toughness. You fail to show me where you're like Wolverine healing. This foot should not even be an issue anymore. We should never talk about the foot ever again if LeBron James was like Wolverine. If he really was that tough. If he was that dude. And if the doctor that you saw was really that great, then why are you dealing with this still? You know why? Because you saw the LeBron James defeat. You didn't see the Michael Jordan defeat. That's the difference here, guys. That's the dynamic here. Only LeBron James will refer to somebody as the LeBron James of this or that. No one does this. Only he does. Did you ever hear Michael Jordan ever say, yeah, man, I got the Michael Jordan of trainers, Tim Grover. He's the Michael Jordan of trainers. And that's why I was able to beat the Pistons, because I got the Michael Jordan of trainers. Or I saw the Michael Jordan of doctors to help me fix this. Or I saw the Michael Jordan of this to help me. You never hear this weird comment, these weird statements like this. But LeBron James says he saw the LeBron James of feet. So what LeBron James did there was expose himself yet again. And you gave us another example of why no one refers to you as that. Because the doctor was so great that you referred to him as yourself, but you're still dealing with the foot injury. So obviously the doctor wasn't that great. He ain't that great. He must not be board certified. He's not a 5-star review guy, right? He might have got 3 stars on that review because LeBron James still dealing with the foot injury. If he was that great, his foot would have been good right now. But it's not good because LeBron James don't heal like that. LeBron James don't work out like that and take care of his stuff like that. And once again, there's nothing wrong with LeBron James' foot. It's another excuse, guys. Another freaking excuse. That's why this guy will get no respect. I'll never compare him to the other great players, man. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar ain't sitting out like this with some foot nonsense, some foot management. Magic Johnson or Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell. These guys ain't sitting out with this kind of stuff. I mean, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. Think Kobe Bryant sitting out? Come on, man. Kobe Bryant ran himself into the freaking ground for the Lakers, for the love of the game, to compete. Stop it. Yo, you have lost your damn mind. You think these guys are going to I watched growing up, the real legit pros. Do that with left foot management. So you saw LeBron James' feet and your Wolverine combined. That should have you as the most healthy person in the history of the world. You should have never missed a game. You have a LeBron James of doctors on your side, and you're a Wolverine. You should have never missed a game. Meanwhile, the man missed over 200. Insane. You guys know these are the facts, man. LeBron James out there, straight soft. You got left foot injury management, guys. Weird stuff. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.